7 o'clock on the money. Yep, 7 o'clock. Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. See, you got a couple people here already. Make sure this camera is set up well. Good. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday to you. March 22nd today. Is that right? Yeah, that's even right too. Man, I got two things right. All right. If somebody could throw me a thumbs up or a notification, make sure that everything's coming through okay. I appreciate that. We got well, it looks like we got at least one person here. I know people got a lot of things going on Sundays. Hey Tim, how you doing, man? All right, good. So things must be working here. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Cody. Thank you very much, guys. Um, Good. I hope everybody's doing well. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on. Hey, Alan, how you doing, man? Larry, good to see you, man. A lot of things going on in the world. A lot of crazy stuff. You know, you don't need me to sit here just dumb fisherman talk to you about that. But yeah, it's definitely a trying time for all. So I hope everybody stays healthy, is healthy, their families are healthy. Truly take care of yourselves. I'm hearing a lot of rumors that a shelter-in-place law might be coming very soon, which is scary to a lot of people. But honestly, it's a good thing to do. Hey, Leroy, Purple Taco owner, operator, super great guy. Lee is here. If you got any questions for him, he's right here. He can answer them for you. But yeah, stay safe out there, guys. Do the right thing. Just protect yourselves and your families. I think the biggest thing. Yeah, you too, Jason. Appreciate it, man. I think the biggest thing we need to do as a community and a public, and just as humans in general, is just not panic. I think that would be the biggest, the worst thing we could do right now with what's going on. Hey, Darren, how you doing, man? Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we could do wrong right now is panic and go into pandemonium, this will blow by. I mean, it will take some time, but we'll get through this. The biggest thing is just everybody stay safe and stay healthy. Wash your hands, use sanitizer, and if you find toilet paper anywhere, send me an email, tell me where you found it so I can go get some too. Because man, we went shopping, my wife and I, a couple days ago, and man, every store we went to was just out. It's crazy. The toilet paper situation, the great toilet paper mystery. Hey, thanks for everybody that's logging in here and saying hi. Hi back to you. If I miss some comments, I apologize. Like I always say, if I miss anything, if you guys have a question or anything, I'll always go back and rewatch it later, and I'll answer comments when I get a chance to do that. What type of boat are you buying? It's a Tierra. It's a 31 open Tierra. Love that thing. It's an early 80s Tierra. It's the 83, and it's exactly what I was looking for. I love early 80s Tierra. I love any Tierras, really. But the early 80s Tierras fish so well. They ride so well. They fish really well. Good heavy boats. Manitou Island, I think that was. Hey, Jeff. Hey, guys. Hey, Clyde. Yeah, but it's a 1983 Tierra, 31 open. Oh, just a beautiful boat. I'm buying it from a real good friend of mine. Super nice guy. And, you too, Albert. You too. And that was when I've been looking for a boat for a long, long time. What do you think of the effect of the tournament schedule? Hey, maybe. I don't know. That's a great question. Will it affect the tournament schedule? Yeah, it possibly could. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, I was looking for a boat for a long time. Just trying to figure out which one I wanted. You look at boats, and just nothing felt right. Nothing felt right. And then my buddy says he's selling his Tierra. Well, I actually met the guy. He said, "Yeah, I got a Tierra. It's for sale." And I got talking with him, and went and looked at it, and it's just as soon as I saw it and stepped foot on it, I knew it was the right one. You get that feeling, it's the right car or the right whatever. Yeah. And then me and the guy ended up being really good friends. Known him for almost a year now. Super great guy, and it's nice if you can buy something from somebody. 3 year search for an 89 Sea Ray. Okay, yeah, I mean, it takes a long time to find the right boat. Yeah, so it's nice to be friends with the guy, so that way I can trust it. I know the boat's in good condition. Anyway, I fished on it. I first mated for him for a couple. He's a charter captain also. First mated for him a couple times, and yeah, had a great time. Loved it. All right, so fishing report. Well, let's do this first. Final names for the five flies. The voting is over. I mean, if you still want to go on the video and vote for them, you're more than welcome to. But I'm cutting off the voting right now. These are the final 5 names for those flies, and I apologize I didn't write down the people's names that gave me these. But you can go back on that video, you can see. So thanks again to everybody that threw a name into the hat. it came up some really good ones. But number one, the name is going to be Mr. Freeze. Great name. What are you going to name the new boat? It's going to be dark blue, just like the charter's name. Dark blue charters, dark blue. That'll be the name. Yeah, number one, Mr. Freeze. Number two, Mini Pearl, and that's a great name. That's a cool name. Number three, Lucky Charm. Good name there also. Number four, Gunsmoke. That's the name I threw in there. So I appreciate you guys liking that name. And then number five is Frozen Smurf, which is just a cool name. So Mr. Freeze, Mini Pearl, Lucky Charm, Gunsmoke, and Frozen Smurf. Those are the names that Purple Taco is going to use. Leroy's on here. He's watching the video. So, Lee, I will text those names to you after the video so you can get those on the website and get them named. So they're done. Cool. Speaking of that, I was talking to Lee earlier today on the through text, and he's got his kits up. Most of the kits are up and going on his website. If I remember right, it was oh my God, I should have wrote this down. I'm so bad at this. The 2018 fly kits up. The Chris's picks, the top 5 that I like, my 5 are up. And I know that these 5 are going to a kit also. He also has the mini kits available, which are just like these right here, where you're going to get just the fly for one fly. And these are going to have material. I'm looking right at it. It's material, the recipe, beads, thread, enough to make, I think, 5 to 7 flies. If I'm wrong, correct me. But then the big kits to make like the 5 flies are going to have the recipe and the fly material and the bullet heads. So, but I don't think they have beads or thread in them. If I'm wrong there, Lee, please correct me and make sure I'm saying everything accurately. All right, cool. So those are great. They're on their website, purpletacoflysupply.com. You can jump on there and just one click, beep, check out, done, good to go. All right, fishing around here. Let's talk about that. This is a fishing report. It's easy to get sidetracked, though. Hi, Chris. Reports coming. Early birds on Lake Ontario. Unbelievable. What? I missed some of that. I think you said Lake Ontario that was really good, and I'm glad to hear that. That is cool. Trucks are still rolling in Pennsylvania. They got plenty of toilet paper, I think you said. That's good. Send them over here. We need them. Yeah, even Meijer. I got an email today about Meijer. For those of you who don't know what Meijer is, it's probably one of the largest chains in Michigan. They're like separating, so like the elderly can go on one day, first responders can go for a couple hours on one day, just to make sure that everybody can get in there and get the supplies that they need. So kudos to them. Really nice job, Meijer, for being a heads up. Tuned in from the shores of Erie. Good to see him. How's the fishing over in Erie? Tell me about that. I've heard it's just been lights out. So, man, good for you guys. There's Leroy's on there talking about the kits. Thanks, Lee. Thanks for having my back. All right, so fishing around here. Obviously, ice fishing's done. It's pretty much, the ice is gone. If not gone, it's not. Don't go on it. It's in bad shape. So that's going out quick. We should be able to get on the lakes here pretty soon. River fishing has been good. I'm hearing multiple catches, multiple bite trips going on. Tippy Dam, a guy asked me about Tippy Dam the other day. I should talk about Tippy Dam more. I mean, it's right in my backyard. For those of you who don't know what Tippy Dam is, it's just world known. I don't know what world known, but it's known pretty well as a great fishery. Steelhead and salmon, when they come through there, just phenomenal fishing down there. The only bad thing on Tippy Dam, it gets real crowded sometimes, and a lot of break-offs, a lot of people getting tangled, things like that. But Tippy Dam, hey, from Dine, Wisconsin. How you doing, Wisconsin? Good to see you, man. So yeah, Tippy Dam has been good lately. I talked to a guy. He said he hadn't been down there in a 3 days, but last time he was there, people down there were having good reports, which is great. I know there's floating spawn down through there. Some people throw spinners, and that can work also. Yeah, so Tippy Dam's good. River fishing's been good. I haven't heard anybody on pier fishing lately, but I do know some people that have already gotten their boats out in Manistee Lake, have been doing decent on perch. Not great, but decent. Quite a few pike being caught, although the season's, I gotta think the season's done, I think. Yeah, season's done. And I gotta check what data. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, guys are going out on Lake Michigan already, going out for real early spring browns. I haven't heard anything fantastic yet. I haven't actually heard of anybody even having a bite yet. The water is still super cold. There's Lee talking more about the kits. Cool. Thanks, Lee. It's weird how Michigan is Tierra and we're all Penyan and East Lake. Oh yeah, I know. Well, it's kind of it's Tierras just have a huge following here on Lake Michigan, especially for the charter guys. And Penyans, I know, are great boats. Definitely great boats, good heavy boats. And I think that's, in my opinion, that's always been a key to a successful boat. Every boat fish is different, and it's true. Some boats just fish better than others, and that's just the way it is. It's just a fact. Well, I'll say it's my opinion, but I think a key to a good boat is just the size and the weight. Well, maybe not size, but the weight. Heavier boats just always seem to fish better. They take the water better. They're not being tossed around by the waves. If you think about it, if your boat's, if you got a light boat and the waves are really hitting it hard and making it surge, your baits are doing the same thing down below. Where those heavier boats, the waves can't surge them quite as much, they can't move them quite as much, and your baits stay much more steady. So I think that's a big key to it. Anyway, my opinion. Of course, it doesn't mean I'm right in any way, but it's just my opinion. All right, so that's fishing in a nutshell. I think I'm hoping brown fishing around here is going to be good this year. Every year's kind of hit and miss for us here in Manistee or even in the area. Last year we had a smelt run, which we haven't had a smelt run here. It's got to be 20, 25 years, I think, since the last smelt run. But that bodes really well for our browns, especially in the spring, to give them that bait to chase. Excuse me. So yeah, if we get in our smelt run and the bait stays as good as it was last year, it was excellent bait last year. I think that bodes really well for our spring fishing here for the browns, and then working our way into the spring and the summer. But I know over in Wisconsin, I know some of the places in Wisconsin just have phenomenal brown fishing, all the way through winter into the spring. I mean, just trophies coming out. You guys had the world record there for a while. I know out of Wisconsin. We had it here in Manistee for a while, and then I think you guys took it, and then I think somebody else took it from another area. I can't remember where, but yeah, cool. All right. What else you guys want to talk about? I don't have a whole lot. I don't have any. This is my list for the night. It's just the fly. So I don't have a. What's your thoughts on a 23 striper? Looking at well, I'll tell you this. Our fishing boat, our tournament fishing boat, which belongs to my fishing partner Jim, is a 26 striper, and it's a great boat. We love that. I love that thing. Fishes really well. When do browns go deep? That's a good. I'll get back to that in just a sec. Yeah, stripers are great boats. Well, we run that thing all over the place. Really nice for tournaments because it is trailerable. It's a little bit easier on gas. Obviously, the cons to it, we don't have a very big boat. His is 26, like I said. A lot of pros to it, some cons. But yeah, stripers are great boats. When will Big John be releasing their new products? When are Big John going to be releasing their new products? They were supposed to have it at the Grand Rapids show, which would have been this last weekend, or the weekend before, sorry. They were supposed to have them there. I haven't talked to them since, so it's been about a week since I talked to them, and their plans are still trying to get it out as quickly as possible. Their big thing is, and I'm totally on board with this. They don't want to put it out there until they know 100% certain it is ready. They don't want to put something out there just to put it out there. They're not going to put a flawed product out there. The guys that they got working on this thing are. I've seen the rigger. I've seen it in operation. I am completely impressed, and that's just not me on pro staff talking just to talk. That is my honest opinion. If I wasn't on their pro staff, I would still tell you that opinion. What I saw at their shop completely impressed me. I think it's going to be just a fantastic product. So I don't know the date. I'm hoping pretty soon, though, because I want to put them on my boat. When are you guys putting the boat in the water? Okay, I don't know for certain yet. I know I can get it out of storage here towards the beginning of April. I'm just putting everything in place now for a slip. Well, just went to the bank last week. Let me start there. Went to the bank. Of course, pulled the loan. Everything went fine there, thankfully. I knew everything would be fine, but it's a scary feeling signing on that line when you're starting up a business, going out, putting it out there. It's still a little bit of a uneasy feeling, pulling out that money, and you're relying on your success, and you have to do well to be able to pay for the product. You know what I'm saying? You understand? So that's all great. That's behind me. Now I'm into the parts of it now where I'm looking for which slip I want to go through, and I think I'm going to go out of Onekama Marine. I live in Onekama, just a little north of Manistee, so I think it's going to be Onekama Marine. So I got to put that in order. Got to get the boat out. Early April is when I think it's going to come out. I'm going to miss that comment. I'm sorry. I'll get back to that. I apologize. Or you can repost it if you want. So now I got to get the gear ready. I got to get all the safety gear, the PFDs, the whistles, the strobes, the man overboard lights, all the throwables, all those things I got to put on the boat. I got to rig it, new fish hawk, the electronics are already there. Some of the electronics are already there, but I want to put a different fish finder, depth sounder on there. Get the riggers on it, get the rod holders on it, get the new name on it. Just so much to do in a very small amount of time. But hey, I'm full on board. I'm looking forward to it. I started this whole thing. I knew it was going to be a commitment and a lot of work, but I'm happy to be doing it. Maybe somewhere down the road I'll put out a video like going through the whole process, how I got the charter, the captain's license, the charter, found the boat. If you guys want something like that, let me know. I'll be happy to put like a video out just detailing the entire process from start to finish. Maybe it'd be something you'd be interested in, especially if maybe you have if you want to be a charter captain someday. Yeah. Who would want to be a charter captain someday? Some days I wonder, but no, I'm looking so forward to it. You're going to be doing a video? Yeah, I'm going to really try to do a video on the rigging. Great question. What sonar are you looking for? One's already on the boat. One's a really nice Garmin setup, and the other one, cool. All right, you like the video idea. All right, cool, guys. The other one, my buddy who owns the boat is just going to leave it out there. He's got a Lowrance. I think it's an HDS 12. And I'm just going to buy that straight from him and put it on the boat. So, yeah, my favorite fish finders, sonars, whatever you want to call them, have always been Lowrance, Humminbird, and Raymarine. And that's not in any particular order. Those just, if you look on about any charter boat around here, you're going to see one of those three likely on those boats. A lot of Lowrance, a lot of Raymarine stuff around here. And Humminbird really makes a really nice product. Really nice product. All right, where was I? The video I really like to see is what to look for on the sonar. How to use interpret. That's a question that I hear quite often. Is, what are you looking for on the sonar? I'm looking. It's hard to say. There's so many websites that I use. Excuse me, my nose is dripping a little bit. There's so many websites that I use often just to get my information before I even go on the water. Like the Great Lakes buoys. And I don't know the website offhand. Maybe I can post it down below or do a video on it. But the Great Lakes buoy system is a series of buoys out in Lake Michigan. I know, especially up and down the west coast of Lake Michigan. Like Ludington has one, Muskegon has one, up by the Straits has one. And I'll go on there all the time and I'll look at what the water temps are. That's where I start. So I start, it has water temps every 10 feet going down. So I know where the temp break is generally before I even go on the water. That's a big thing to know, where the temperature break is. And temperature, by what I mean by temperature break is where the salmon like to hang out. And they like cold water. Anywhere from like 46 to 52 degree water is the general zone that I find them in. They will come up out of that into warmer waters early in the morning and normally at night to feed. If the bait's up there, they'll come out of those cold waters. And that's why I like running high stuff early in the morning and just before nightfall, because those salmon will come out of temp and feed. But generally, I'm looking for that colder water. Like I said, 46, 45-ish even, up to about 52. That's what I'm looking for. And that's why I'm using those websites to find that. So I start there. And then I'll look at surface temps as well. I'll try to find maybe where some temperature breaks are on the surface. I'll miss that comment. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, I'm looking for temperature breaks. Maybe if I'm going offshore fishing, maybe for steelhead, I like to find some nice sharp temperature breaks, temperature differences. And I'm looking for stable temperatures around the waters here also. If you're fishing and you're in the right zone, say you're running 48 degree water and you're running your stuff down, in the right zone, but that water is changing like 2 or 3 or even maybe 4 degrees in difference, like 46 up to 50, down to 48 in short amounts of span or in a short span. That's really unstable water, and I've generally found that the fish don't hang out in that water too well. They're looking for good stable water. So if I'm finding water like that, I normally don't fish that water too long unless I'm really getting bit or putting good marks there. As a rule of thumb, I'm looking for stable water. All right. So anyway, where was I going with all this? I completely just forgot. Do you look at the currents direction? Yeah, there's some good websites for that also. But generally, as soon as I hit the water, as soon as I throw a rigger down or get a dipsy in, I can tell which way the current's ripping. And some days you gotta fight, you gotta fish uncomfortably. You know, you might not, you might be taking the waves on the sides, you might be taking the waves on the beams. Hey Andy, how you doing? Just to get the right current. And so what I'm always watching my riggers, see which way they're bending off, see which way the dipsies are pulling. If one side's really pulling harder than the other one, you can really get a good eye for the current down there. And another way is with the fish hawk. If I throw the probe down there and my down speed at my probe, say is 2 or 3 or half a mile an hour or more, then the surface speed is, I know I'm going into the current. And if it's the other way, where my down speed is slower than the surface speed, then I know I'm going with the current. Because you can think how that current's pushing against the bait, against the probe. And I generally like to fish into the current. You think about salmon; they're river dwelling fish. They're born in the river. They go back to the river to spawn and die. They're generally nose into a current. It's what they're programmed to do. So I generally think that they'll sit with their nose into the current. That's always been my belief, and most other people's I talk to also. So if I'm fishing into the current, that bait, they'll see that bait come over. They'll look up. They're bottom up feeders. They're from bottom up or from below up. That bait will come over their head and they'll generally chase it. So that's why I like going into the current. Hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm rambling for some reason. I don't think I am, but I feel like I am. All right. Guys, I can't remember where I was even going with all that, but somebody asked a question. I'm just trying to answer it the best I can. And like I always say, I don't know everything. I'm not the best out there. I'm just a guy that likes to fish. All right. Anybody else got anything? Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it, man. We got 63 people here. That's a nice turnout today. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everybody. Thanks to everybody for being here. All right. We've been going 22 minutes. I've been talking for 22 minutes. I'm happy to hang out as long as you guys want. If you got more questions, throw them out there. Please do. Oh, don't forget, I wanted to say thanks to my Patreon subscribers. Thank you so much. We're more than a quarter way to our goal of 100. When I hit 100 Patreon subscribers, I'm going to give away a free charter. Free charter when we hit 100. But every now and then, like I said, I'm going to give away stuff also to you guys. You're welcome, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. For whatever donate, if you donate anything on Patreon, whether it be $1 or whatever it is, you're in the drawing to win this. And this is a 250 copper on a brand new Convector CV55L. I'm going to give that away here in just a week or two. So if you go on Patreon, you sign up, you support our channel. I just want to say thank you so much for supporting the channel. You guys are going to give me the opportunity to really bring you guys some great content. I already got ideas how I want to rig the boat. When are you expecting salmon fishing to be starting in Manistee? It's pretty much already started. I know some guys are already trying to go out, but it really gets running hard towards the end of May. When do browns go deep? That's what somebody was asking me. I'm not a fish or a marine biologist in any way. My gut feeling is as soon as the water starts getting up to around the 55-degree range, I think that's when the browns start pushing out, going out to the deeper waters. That's my gut. That's been my experience. Anyone having luck in South Haven? I don't know. I don't know if you're asking me or just anybody on the channel, but from what I know, I haven't heard anything from South Haven. If the fish are hanging out in certain depth, but trolling into the current takes you out of that depth, what do you do? That is a good question. I got a rule that I try to stick with all the time. I never leave fish to find fish. And we've done that before in tournaments, and it's come back to bite us. We've left fish to find fish. So what I'll do is if I'm trolling a certain depth and I know fish are there, and all of a sudden my screen goes blank, my bites turn off, I'll either go back into the current, I'll just go right back through the same direction, or the opposite direction, I'm sorry, and see if I get bit that way. If I don't, next time through, I'll just make a big loop and just come right back through in the same direction. That's a great question, though. Really good question. Hope that explained it well enough for you. Hope that Hope that was an understandable, coherent answer. They're getting steelhead and coho off the piers and a few browns in South Haven. Cool. Nice to hear it, Phil. Thanks, man. Good to see you, Phil, as well. All right. So anyway, Patreon's covered. Thanks again to all the Patreon subscribers. Mono or floral leaders? I'm not a floral guy. I fished mono and floral, and I don't want to say, I'm no expert on this, but from my personal opinion and experience, I stick with mono. I just don't see floral as being worth the extra money. I think I've had just as many bites, if not more, with mono than I have with floral. Great question, though. In fact, there's a mono that Suffolk makes called Smoke, Blue Smoke, the color. And it's a real soft line, and that is my go-to leader material now. We have it at the shop. And that's what I put on for all the leaders of all the stuff I tie. That stuff just disappears in the water. It's really nice and soft. And the other thing about fluoro is it gets super brittle. If you cinched on your knot and you overheat it, if you get a hot spot at all on that fluoro, you're gonna have a real brittle knot. And I've had fluoro fail on me before, so that's another reason I stick with mono. Okay. Let's talk about the shop real quick. Thanks to everybody that's put in orders. I put this on a video a couple days ago, but just so everybody understands, we're still fulfilling orders. The problem is we can't go in there right now. I'm not going in there. Bob is not going in there, the guy that works there. The only person that's in there right now is the owner, and he is so overwhelmed right now. He's getting the stuff as fast as he can, but I can't get in there right now just because of everything that's going on with the health scare. And it sounds like we might, like I said earlier, we might go to a shelter-in-place law, which means I'm not going to be able to get in there for probably a couple of weeks. But understand, if you put in an order for the March Madness sale, it's going to get to you. But please be patient as we get through all this. But it will get done, and we will get it to you. All right. Still got 57 people here. If anybody's got anything else they want to ask, throw it out there. I'm happy to help. If I don't know the answer, I will always try to find out the best I can for you. Some great information, people. Thanks, Jeff, for throwing that information out there. Some people are putting out some great information on some fishing around the state. Guys, that's what this is all about. Let's just help each other out, get information out. I'm happy to give my opinion on anything, or if I can help out in any way, I'm always happy to. Any ramps closing? I don't know. I don't know. Want to expand on the shelter place time frame? I don't know it. I'm only hearing rumors right now about the shelter in place, and my gut feeling would be a minimum of 2 weeks. Would be my gut feeling. Could you make a Facebook group where we could all share reports? I'll see what I can do about that. It's a good idea. Yeah, I don't have that information right now on the shelter in place. But a lot of people are. My wife watches the news quite a bit and goes on Facebook quite a bit, and a lot of people are. I don't want to say overreacting to it. That maybe people watch too many movies or something. They think the National Guard is going to come in and force everybody to go to their homes at gunpoint. And that's not what this is. They just want to ensure that everybody gets into their homes and stays safe, minimal contact with other people. We got to do our share to our part to help minimize the spread of this terrible disease. It is, in my opinion, I think it's a good thing if it does happen, the shelter-in-place law, because there's still a bunch of people out there. I see them all the time out there running around, and I guess what I'm trying to say is we got to do our own part as individuals. So thanks for listening to my little soapbox rant there for a second. All right. So Facebook, somebody wanted me to make a Facebook where we can share reports. Guys, I have my own Facebook page. It's for my charter. I gotta think what the heck the name is. It's Dark Blue Charters, but that's not what's the name on the Facebook page. I had to do it a different way. Maybe I can get that up and running over. We can all go and post fishing reports. Or we can just use these videos. You can post your fishing reports right on the comment section in this video. We can do it that way also. All right. I got 55 people. I got 13 thumbs up. Thank you so much for everything. We've been going now for a half an hour. That's a long time. This is one of the longest ones we've done. What about a blog on your website or forum? Good question, Jeff, and I've toyed with that idea. For me, it just boils down to time. Because I do have a full-time job, and I have a full-time job, and with the charter coming up and still doing time at the shop, it for me it just boils down to if I have enough time to do things like that. But it's not a bad idea, like a blog or something like that too. Yeah, I don't use Facebook that much either. 2 weeks quarantine is good for working on the boat. Yeah, Scott, it is actually. I agree. If it was warmer out, I would take the family, put them on the boat. We'd go out to the middle of Lake Michigan, and we'd just fish all day. That'd be my idea of quarantine. Is anyone on Lake Michigan yet? Yeah, they are. They are. There's been a few people out already chasing browns around. I haven't heard anybody going out deep though. Last I was down in Manistee. I haven't been down over this weekend, but Manistee did not have any docks in as of last week. Great for tying flies too. Yes, Frank, it is a good time to be tying flies. So yeah, Purple Taco, man, they are your go-to guys. If you want to tie up some flies, now would be the great time to do it. All right, cool. Anybody else got anything? Well, St. Joe trolling's been good or just pier fishing? Jeff, I don't know, man. Maybe somebody else will jump on here and help you out on that. But one dock in Manistee. Thanks, Tim. All right, good to know. So one dock is in Manistee. Good to know. 7 fishing boats at the marina already. All right. BMK, good to see you, my man. All right. Leroy hooked me up. All right, guys, I'm just reading the comments now. I'm really not saying much, so let's wrap this thing up. We'll see you guys next Sunday at 7 o'clock. I'll give you guys updates on what's going on. Please, everybody, stay safe and take care of yourselves and your families and your loved ones. Let's just all get through this together and get out on the water here soon. Come on over to Erie. Not a bad idea. You might, if I had the time, I might do that. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Thanks for everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next Sunday, and take care of yourselves, okay? See you later.